I don't know about you, but my butterflies in my stomach, they have iron wings in this one. And every guy I've ever talked to has all said the same thing. This game, the conference championship game, may have more intensity than even the Super Bowl because you know what the stakes are. You're trying so hard to get to the big game that this is the one that's the real challenge.
Here's the first carry for Le'Veon Bell, and he stopped immediately there. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
The evaluation process in today's NFL does not take into account as much bulk as it does speed, and that's what we're seeing with the linebacker position. Those guys that can run, they can play at any spot because they can make plays on the opposite side of the line of scrimmage.
Second down, Gabbert looking for Green, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson, and his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
I don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
A second down throw for Prescott. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Normally, he's pretty reliable. He usually catches what's thrown to him. On that play, he simply dropped it.
On third down, Elliott. What a spin. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. Call it a 4-yard pickup, but it leaves him a few inches short here on 4th down. And no signs of the field goal unit. They're going for it on 4th down. Trying to run it with a fullback lane. Runs through another. So he fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the first before he's brought down.
I have to tell you, this play call surprised me a bit here on 4th down. This isn't 4th and 1. They need a few yards here. But it's the element of surprise to give it to the fullback that I think ultimately is what's going to get them the first down.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. Now Elliott trying to run inside, but nothing there. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
Play clock winding down. Play clock down to 0, and that's going to be a delay.
Delay of game, offense. Still 2nd down.
And a long way to go for the offense here on 2nd down. They'll try to throw now. Prescott. And his throw is incomplete.
There are a good number of coaches that anytime they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
And let's see 6 defensive backs out there. They're in the dime here on 3rd and goal. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Call it a big loss of 10 there. And it's going to bring up a 4th and goal. third and long, defense with no fear. They brought the pressure.
Zero fear at all. That means they feel really good about the guys who are going to cover. And the biggest one is they think their pressure will get there before he has a chance to find an open receiver.
So the folks here in the stands this afternoon, they're happy about that when their guys get the early advantage after the opening drive field goal.
And they should be happy. Their guys look good getting down the field, and that's got to give them hope that good things are in store here today.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
And there it was right in front of us. Today's NFL, these guys nowadays, they don't just eat up space. They try and get upfield and make plays in the backfield.
On second down, it's Bell. Shreds the tackle. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. 1 yard officially on the pickup, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 11. And this defense looks for one more stop here on 3rd after the run. On 3rd down, Gabbard. And this is going to be incomplete.
Holding offense.
On 4th down, here comes the Steeler punter Jordan Berry to kick it away. This is fielded at the 27. It'll be a 10-yard return following a punt of 45. And out will come the offense as they take over. So here comes the guy, Charles, I think you'd agree. He's getting more comfortable, but he still has some stuff to prove at this level.
Still has things to prove, but the expectation level has really jumped for him. He's shown so much potential along the way. Now people want to know, will he take it to the next level and bring his team along with that?
Prescott looks to throw on first. And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, second down. On second down, Prescott again. And he slings one that's incomplete. And a look at the Steelers' defensive unit.
Bud Dupree came out of the University of Kentucky determined to let everyone know that they play football there as well as basketball. A terrific pass rusher off the edge.
So a second down incompletion now brings up third down. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. On third down, it's Prescott. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that at just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away. And that's exactly what happened there.
He gets it away, and I think they'll smartly play keep away here from Brown. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. Out comes the Steeler offense now, ready to see what they can do here. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now.
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots, but we'll see that adage. When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. Well, good luck there as a ball carrier. You get handed that football, look up, oh, there's a big D tackle ready to swallow you whole for a loss.
Yeah, you kind of count on your guys to give you at least a little bit of time, a little bit of space to try and maneuver, but not on that one. And when you have a defensive tackle who is that strong, that agile, he's a lot to deal with. Sometimes you have to double him, and sometimes you're not able to block him no matter who's trying. That was not a completion that results in a highlight video. But at the same time, if you have those kind of completions all game long, eventually one of them might turn into a highlight.
Well, they get the completed pass, but still have more to go here on third down. Gabbert from the gun on third down. And able to find Green. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
Now a first down carry by Bell. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. So we played a quarter here in the back with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's Steeler football to begin quarter number 2. They've got a second down at 5 here to start things out. On play action, Gabbert going for the deep ball. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, third down.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drive.
Now Gabbert. This is Bell on the dump off. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and it'll be fourth down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. So possession goes over here on the punt. And this offense is going to take over at their own 20-yard line. And now here comes the Steelers defense once more. They have a little something to build off of from last time with a 3-and-out.
And what they have to build off of, great confidence right now. Being able to stuff someone on a 3-and-out, you feel like you're in control now. You're doing the dictating. They want to see if that can continue as this game progresses.
Will it continue? We'll see. Well, a well-executed blitz, no doubt. Great job by the linebacker. Maybe the quarterback, if he could have seen that, could have audibled there.
Yeah, he needed to be in a different play because that one just meshed perfectly for the defense. All the gaps were filled except for the one the offense really wanted to run through, and that was filled by a big man wanting to make a tackle.
And he made a great tackle.
Stephon Tuitt came out at Notre Dame as another one of those really tall defensive ends, and you just wondered, would they be able to have the leverage to bend and make plays? I think he just gave us an answer with that tackle.
They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Throwing, Prescott, flushed out right. He may try and run for this. And he is out of bounds, getting it just shy of the 35. 15 yards there on the scramble and a first down.
Now that definitely hurts because the mindset is getting a 3-and-out there, and they don't get it done. They give up the scramble and a pickup for a first down.
First down, Prescott. Complete. Richardson has it. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. He had time, was able to survey the field and find a soft spot in that zone coverage.
And that's where it gets difficult for a defender, Brandon. You go to your spots on the field that you have to cover, and when the offense finds an area that you're not in, that's where they throw the football.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential. But when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
First down and 10 now for the offensive group. The play clock's running down. On first and 10, Prescott. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Give him 16 on the pickup. And that enables him to also pick up the first.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen, because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a first down.
Offense comes to the line now, first and 10. They'll need to get the play off quickly. Now Prescott. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. A gain of 6 there on first. Two minutes to go here in the first half. Back with more of the AFC Championship game after this. A reminder, as we did all through the regular season, we'll check in with Larry Ridley at halftime. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half of play.
Jackass.
Here we go. They'll throw again. Prescott. A quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. We heard them talk before the game about utilizing the intermediate passing game this week. It works for them there. They move the chains.
And we saw them work on it in practice as well. And most teams take a period at a time to work on different things. They put a couple of periods of work into the intermediate passing game, and now we know exactly why. They got the look that they were seeking, and they were able to take advantage of it.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Here's Prescott. That is caught. And he's brought down. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's first and goal. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it now. The confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out, and it's picked up by the Steelers. And he'll be brought down at his own 10-yard line.
And give some credit to the defense. They forced the big play, knocked the ball free from him, but that's a cardinal sin by the quarterback. Know where you are on the field, and he just gave up at a minimum 3 points.
Instead of getting down, takes the contact. The turnover ensues. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. Brown, the lone receiver, left. Gabbard on first down. This is caught by Antonio Brown. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. First down, Gabbert. Over the middle here to Brown. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 15 yards through the air and a first down. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So the offense took the timeout. Looks like they're ready to go as we get set to resume the action. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3. But now hang on here. Timeout called by the defense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is. And that's the risk of the long field goal miss here at this stage of the second quarter. You give up great field position. And that gives them one more opportunity to make something happen and something big. And we've seen crazy stuff happen at the end of halves. A first down carry by Elliott. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play.
Holding offense.
So we come upon halftime in the 8th. And pump the brakes, Larry. Pump the brakes. We are ready for quarter number 3. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. And now back out comes the offense. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
They come out here in the eye. They go to Elliott again. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
Time running out here on the play clock. A give to Elliott. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. And third quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you stop the clock, and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners. Keep moving it. Keep grinding clock.
It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now.
Tough day. Tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there.
Here we go.
Throwing. Prescott. Eluding the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. A gain of 4 on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches.
Come on, let's go.
Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and they're able to convert here on 4th and inches.
Oh, 4th and short, right at midfield. This is where you tell your offense, I've got faith in you guys to get me a few yards. And sure enough, they repay that faith and keep the drive moving with a first down.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Prescott on first down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
Throwing again, Prescott on 2nd and 10. Complete, Richardson has it. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. And he's got him. Got his man on the end route. Complete. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
And fits the exact right word. Over the middle, there's almost always traffic, so anytime you're a receiver in that area, you're not just focused on catching the football. You're wondering where the collision's going to come from, right? Because there's almost always someone there able to concentrate, catch it, and even added a little extra at the end with a short run.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A tough run by Ezekiel Elliott, the 4th overall pick in the 2016 draft.
If you watch tape of him in college, you saw plenty of those runs because I know the highlights showed him in the open field breaking away from people, but that's how he wore down defenses, those exact type of runs.
They keep on the ground with Elliott, and nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Delay of game, offense.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. They come out here in the eye. After the penalty, it's Elliott. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. We are back now in Sacramento. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. And this seemingly endless drive continues. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Prescott now surveying the field. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Gabbert to throw it. And, oh, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. A good pickup there at 22.
Antonio Brown, AB, with just one hand to complete that catch. Is there anything he can't do?
He has just continued to impress year after year, hasn't he?
He has never forgotten that he wasn't considered an elite receiver coming out of college. I think every snap he takes it upon himself to prove that he should have been.
Gabbert now to throw on first down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. So the incomplete pass brings up 2nd down. Throwing again. Gabbert on 2nd and 10. Bryant with a catch right side. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks, those guys are worth their weight in gold.
He finds Coates complete. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that
first.
wasn't the first option.
No, it came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag, completed it very well.
Gabbert, man open left side is Brown. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. Really nice little connection there. They go with the corner route, and it works out well.
And the best way to set up the corner route is to throw slants throughout the ball game so that when you're able to get back outside, the defender has to respect the inside game.
Now whistles here before the snap, and it looks like one of the Steelers may have moved.
False start, offense.
So after the mistake by the offense, it cost him 5 yards, and now 1st and 15. To the air again, Gabbert. Over the middle here to Coates. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. So they're operating in the red zone. Gabbert here again. This is Bell on the dump off. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Le'Veon Bell. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Steelers have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him? And you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. Here's Percy Harvin now on the return. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Now this offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back. Let's go back to what you were doing well before.
I thought you were going to say they need to have no memory, but remember the good part, forget the bad.
I like that even better.
He was trying to get it to Ezekiel Elliott. That'll bring up 2nd down. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Prescott to throw it. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of like put it up on the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Looking to throw. Prescott. Complete. Richardson has it. And he's brought down. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
And let's see what the defensive coordinator may have up his sleeve here to try to get this final last stand and win this football game. Prescott on 1st down. And he finds a man with a crossing route.
Holding. Defense.
And, of course, the quarterback in this situation, he's realizing time is becoming a factor. Let's see if they can get some points on the board here late. Now Prescott. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. To throw is Prescott. This will be caught at about the 5. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Time for a break. Back to wrap up the AFC Championship game after this. So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. They go with Lane trying to power it in. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. Another shot here from the 2 as they come up on 3rd and goal. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Back to throw. And he's into the end zone for the receiving touchdown. Paul Richardson from a yard out. And his guys have taken the lead here in the 4th.
And touchdown and congratulations and 0 relaxation ahead of them, right? Way too much time on the clock for them to start celebrating.
Yeah, part 1 is done, but now on the sideline, you already see them scrambling down there. They're getting those defensive guys ready.
Yes, you have to get those guys ready, and you also have to talk to your special teams guys. Make sure the kickoff is exactly what you want and cover it well.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And they're hoping to capture some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive. But they're still down here, Charles.
Not the major concern, though, because of what you talked about. They scored the last time out. They feel good about themselves. They feel like their game plan is now in effect. They know how to attack and what plays they want to put together. But they've got to keep it moving in the right direction because, as you did note, they are down on the scoreboard.
Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here. And they're going to speed things up here. He'll look to throw. On the right side, caught by Green. Room here to run. 30, 20, 10, and into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Ladarius Green, 65 yards. And the Steelers have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. So they went to the big boy in a big spot late. He provided, and now they're in the driver's seat.
And Brandon, size does matter in this game. All right, you can go to the slot guys, you can do all of that, but rarely have we ever seen a tight end described as diminutive, right? We just don't get that. Big target, big catch radius, that gives you comfort zone as a guy throwing the football.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Here's Harvin. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line. Now Dak Prescott and the offense heading back onto the field. And not the start that he expected. You look at the numbers, though, he's got back here to his elite level.
And I get the sense that the defense game planned a little bit different than what he expected. You know, he had an idea from watching tape what he should expect. They changed things up on him a little bit and caused that slow start. But the best ones, they take it as a challenge, and they come fighting back. That's exactly what we saw there.
Back to throw. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. 15 yards through the air and a first down. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. They'll look to throw. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. He's back to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, that plays a statistic that's going to go on the defensive team stat sheet. Won't necessarily reflect in ours, right, the overall game sheet. But you and I know that they keep count on pressures, hits on quarterbacks, all those things, hoping to increase that throughout the game. And here we are in the 4th quarter, and they got a big one.
Yeah, such a close game, a very big one. They're looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. 23 yards on the play.
Almost not fair. The big guy running the corner route, being able to lean and push and get to where he wants.
So how do you now hold everything here? We're going to get a timeout by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Prescott. That is caught at the 7. And eventually brought down, but it's near the 5 at the 6. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Looking to throw. Prescott. That's caught at the 3. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. And now they're in the hurry-up. Prescott to throw. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, I don't think we'll have to look very hard to find our play of the game. That was an absolutely monstrous big play right there. Backs to the wall. The offense has it in the red zone, driving for the winning score. And he says, not on my watch. And that is one happy bunch on the sidelines.
Well, you just learned how to lose.
In the National Football League, Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.